Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro. Marriage Story trailer is out. We are going to talk about it. Sorry about the change of location, we just are in a different place.
We're really sorry about that. It's sad that we can't be on the same couch. You know, I'm sure many users disappointed. Please do not unsubscribe. As we know, Marriage Story is a Netflix hopeful. It's a Toronto, it's a Venice. Noah Baumbach's biggest Oscar hopeful yet. A-list cast. I mean, he generally gets one, but the cinematography in this looks different. He looks like he's doing something new. He's taking it back to Squid and the Whale. He's exploring the divorce story. You know, it's a very personal story for him. He went through a divorce. He already made a movie about divorce. And here is going to be his magnum opus.
At first, in the beginning of the year, I was very skeptical about this movie. I was saying, Noah Baumbach never directs Oscar movies. Why am I supposed to buy that? You read a little more on the movie, you know, can we deny this buzz? I mean, it has buzz for a reason, doesn't it? And this two trailers, I see it now. I totally see it. I totally buy it.
You know, the performances here look fantastical. I mean, who's denying that both these actors are in contention in the lead roles? You've Scarlett Johansson. Could she win an Oscar? This looks like she'll be their first nomination, to be quite honest with you. Adam Driver, in a competitive year in lead actor, I think he enters my top 5.
Oh, for sure. You know, I think that he's definitely going to slide in there. I'll probably have to move Daniel Kaluuya off because, like,
Absolutely.
Queen and Slim has to prove itself. It has some explaining to do for why it's not in any festivals. But Adam Driver, for sure, in this lead actor race. 2 trailers, a companions to each other, a his trailer, a her trailer, whatever you want to say, a duet of trailers, a couple of trailers. There's something kind of interesting. The title is called Marriage Story, but it's a divorce story. And then these trailers were getting like what I love about this person, even though it's also a divorce story. So
it's a divorce story that is about marriage and about love at the same time.
Yeah,
you know, it doesn't deny that was there at one point. That's like this heartbreaking, devastating exploration of that when, you know, there may have been true love and it was somehow disrupted.
It's really cool, and it shows that the movie is going to be from these 2 different perspectives. You're going to get an equal, like, perspective on both sides, and it's just going to make for a more devastating and intricate movie.
Now, Cole, being that it's Netflix, we know that it's going to get a solo theatrical release and then shortly after get released on streaming. I mean, this is not a movie, though, that demands to be seen on the big screen, is it? And does that hurt its chances?
I suppose so.
Because Roma seemed to be that.
We're just entering this age where streaming movies can be Oscar contenders.
We're just entering it, Cole.
I said we're just entering.
Emphasis on just.
I just said just.
Thank you.
So we don't know, like, if a movie has to be a super juggernaut like Roma or The Irishman, or if it can be a little tale.
Cole, my counter argument here is this some Beautiful Boy shit? Because Beautiful Boy wasn't like this stunning thing, and you know, Noah Baumbach, his ambitions are not always that high. It seems that they will be higher for this movie, but Beautiful Boy sort of underwhelming. Like, it looked nice. It seemed like it had these lead actor locks in here, but it was just like sort of a slight movie. Could this movie be slight? Especially because it's coming out on streaming.
I see you, I hear you, I feel you. But I will say that, like, I think this movie has more hype than Beautiful Boy. Am I wrong about that?
No. Well, Beautiful Boy had a lot of hype at the beginning of the year, Cole. It made the festival rounds and everything. I mean, so yeah, I guess at worst it could be Beautiful Boy. I have more hope for it. I'm actually really excited for this movie. I really want to see it. I guess that's the danger for it, though, is that maybe it's just slight. But these performances could be gigantic. And maybe that is what takes it to another level. If it makes people cry and people are like, oh my god, Marriage Story, oh my god, out of the festivals, then it can get in. And if it can crack like around high 80s or 90 on Metacritic, then, I mean...
Is it a Manchester by the Sea? Is it a Alexander Payne type of contender? That's what it has to be. It has to be
Manchester by the Sea is
good,
an example.
And it's getting in all these festivals.
And we could see an actor win an Oscar, I think, for it. Perhaps.
I mean, Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson look amazing in the movie. You know, none of them are playing Margaret Thatcher or Freddie Mercury, but they would go off that kind of like, we're just playing something really down to earth and real, which doesn't always win the Oscar. It's more rare that kind of performance wins, but it can happen.
I also think this would be a contender for director. Do you disagree? I think because he's a high-profile director, but like from the indie world, who could get boosted up when he enters the Oscar race.
From this trailer, I'm also seeing that this movie is visually interesting. And you have Robbie Ryan doing the cinematography. He's worked with Baumbach before, but he also did The Favorite. He was nominated last year. It could just be the movie that just wins everybody over, makes everybody cry. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's so real. This is our generation's Kramer vs. Kramer. And we have two amazing lead actors. We didn't see Laura Dern in this trailer, did we, Justin?
Oh, we didn't see her in the show. It wasn't about her.
I think maybe number 1 on Gold Derby. She's like very high, and everybody would be happy if Laura Dern wins an Oscar. But we didn't see anything from her.
We just have to assume that she's getting a meaty role, because if she has a meaty role, it's easy for her to get in.
Yeah, she's one of their moms or something, and she gives some monologue about, like...
There we go. She just needs a monologue.
One monologue.
Nicely written monologue.
Obviously screenplay. Randy Newman's doing the score.
I think score is likely.
About it has a couple scenes that are heavy on score from an article that we saw, so it could even get score. We're going to see actually pretty soon, because Venice is not far around the corner, and we will be covering Venice and all the festivals piece by piece, a few movies at a time kind of deal. So not wait too long until we see what happens. So could see a lot of potential for this movie. I guess the counter argument is just Beautiful Boy. That's just the counter argument.
Which is still a great movie, in my opinion.
But can we not nominate these actors who look so great in the trailer?
It's the key question,
You answer
buddy.
that question.
Why don't you share your marriage story in the comments?